So today, for part 3 of Are You Free, I want to talk to you about past trauma. Yes, that's right. We all have trauma, y'all. We just have to be honest with ourselves to recognize that we all have trauma, have went through trauma in our life. Some may have went through it, some might be going through it, and some might be about to go through it. That's just reality. If we're going to live life, we're going to have to deal with different traumas. For me, I've shared several times. I've been in therapy for years now, since like 2021, I think it was. No, probably before that, 2020, I think, actually. But anyway, whatever, 6 years. So just really ongoing every month or whatever. And I honestly can say it has helped me so much. I think sometimes we don't realize how much trauma we actually have been through in our lives until you go to therapy or counseling and you talk about it and old stuff start coming up. The way we respond to certain things in our lives, it comes from things that we've been through and that have caused us to think a certain way, respond a certain way, or even act a certain way. When I think about even traumas that I've been through in my life, or maybe yourself, you could say the same thing. I think about knowing that, like, when I'm healed completely from something, it doesn't really affect me. It doesn't take over me. Like, if I hear it or have a trigger, I recognize the trigger instead of responding in a negative way to the trigger. It's important for us to recognize things that trigger us, because if you don't know what your triggers are, more than likely when you're triggered, you're going to take it out on the wrong person. So we have to learn ourselves. We have to learn our triggers. We have to understand where they come from originally. Get to the bottom line. When I think about even like different traumas, if it's a situation where it was a place, you can go to that place now and you're not feeling like all over the place emotionally. Then you are healed from that specific trauma. I think about like just in general, even with like boundaries, right? You are healed from past traumas when you are able to set appropriate and healthy boundaries in your life. When you're telling people no and you're not feeling bad about it. Like, no, I'm good, because we have learned so much. And then I think about, even like for me, one of the things like I can say like is ongoing for me is I can be so hard on myself, but that is, again, part of the trauma in the past that I've been through. But I'm learning to give myself a little more grace and be easy on myself and be like, girl, it's okay. But guess what? You're not who you used to be. Thank God for that. I might not be where I want to be either yet, but I'm sure not where I used to be. We have to recognize in relationships, everybody go through different relationships, and every relationship, people have come into those relationships with different types of trauma. It's up to us to be able to be open and vulnerable enough with that person that we're coming into a relationship with, whether it's a significant other or even a friendship, y'all, that we let them know what do we expect because of certain things that have happened to me. This, I don't do well with this. This, I don't do well with. Like for me, something that I'm so big on is consistency. Like a person that's inconsistent, I don't do good with people like that. Them wishy-washy people, I'm like, I need consistency in my life because of certain things that I've been through. People were not consistent enough for me. So for me, I need that. But I can recognize that, and I know myself well enough now that I can realize where that's coming from, but learning what I need. When you can recognize the past traumas you've been through, you know what you need from people in these relationships. If not, if you can't get to a place where you can even talk about that trauma with that significant other or that friendship that you're starting, then it's like, are you truly healed from it? Because if you're not, then you like feeling all the emotions all over again. So my question to you would be, are you completely healed from those past traumas? That's a food for thought. Because if you're not, it's time for you to be healed. God has already paved the way for you. He's waiting on you to allow him to heal you from those past traumas. Amen? Amen. So today, I'll leave you with this. We're reading from Psalm chapter 147 and verse 3. And it says, He healeth the broken in heart and bindeth up their wounds. So before I go, I just want to remind you, if you haven't already, check out my website at www.talkswithshay.org. You can subscribe to my videos on YouTube and find me on Facebook. Like my page, share my page, invite your friends to like my page. And until next time with Talks with Shay, Shay is out. Y'all stay blessed.